Welcome to Bookworms. I'm Sarah, this is Haley. Today we're reading The Tales of Peter Rabbit. Once upon a time there were 4 little rabbits, and their names were Flopsy, Mopsy, Cottontail, and Peter. They lived with their mother in a sandbank underneath the root of a very big fir tree. "Now then," said Mrs. Rabbit one morning to her children, "you may go to the fields or down the lane, but do not go into Mr. McGregor's garden. Your father had an accident there. He was put in a pie by Mrs. McGregor. Run along now and don't get into mischief. I'm going out," said Mrs. Rabbit. Then she took her basket and umbrella and went through the wood to the baker. Flopsy, Mopsy, and Cottontail, who were good little bunnies, went down the lane to gather blackberries. But Peter, who was very naughty, ran off toward Mr. McGregor's garden. On the way, he saw his cousin Benjamin. "Meet me tomorrow at the big fir tree," Benjamin whispered. Peter squeezed under the gate into Mr. McGregor's garden. "Mom will never find out," he said to himself. First he ate some lettuces and some French beans, and then he ate some radishes. "Ooh, my favorite," he said happily. "I can't wait to tell Benjamin." Peter ate so many radishes that he began to feel rather sick. "Ooh," he groaned, "I had better find a little bit of parsley." And he went to search for some. But whom do you think he should meet round the end of a cucumber frame? "Oh, help!" gasped Peter. "It's Mr. McGregor!" Mr. McGregor was planting out young cabbages, but he jumped up and was after Peter in no time, shouting, "Stop, thief!" Peter was most dreadfully frightened. He rushed all over the garden, for he had forgotten the way back to the gate. He lost his shoes and ran faster on all fours. Indeed, Peter might have gotten away altogether if he had not run into a gooseberry net. "Hurry, Peter, hurry," urged some friendly sparrows. "Mr. McGregor's coming. Quick, you must keep trying." "It's no use," sobbed Peter, trying to struggle free. "My brass buttons are all caught up." Mr. McGregor came up with a seed which he intended to put on the top of Peter, but Peter wriggled free, leaving his jacket behind him. He rushed into the tool shed and jumped into a watering can. It would have been a beautiful thing to hide in if it hadn't so much water in it. "Come on out, ye wee beastie. I know you're here somewhere," muttered Mr. McGregor, searching for Peter under the flower pots. Suddenly, Peter sneezed. "Achoo!" And Mr. McGregor was after him in no time. Peter jumped out of a window and ran off. Peter was quite lost. He found a door in a wall, but it was locked, and there was no room for a fat little rabbit to squeeze underneath. He saw a little old mouse carrying peas to her family. "If you please, ma'am, could you tell me the way to the gate?" he asked. But was all she could mumble in reply. "Oh, but which way?" asked Peter sadly, and he began to cry. Presently, Peter came to a pond where a white cat was staring at some goldfish. "I must be quiet," he said to himself. "Cousin Benjamin has warned me about cats." And then Peter saw the gate. He ran as fast as he could, slipped under the gate, and was safe at last in the wood outside the garden. Mr. McGregor hung up the little jacket and the shoes for a scarecrow to frighten the blackbirds. "Where have you been?" asked Peter's mother. "And where are your clothes? That's the second little jacket and pair of shoes you've lost in a fortnight. You're to go straight to bed without any supper, and I will make you some chamomile tea." But Flopsy, Mopsy, and Cottontail had bread and milk and blackberries for supper. The end. Bye.